Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Reshma, the catalyst, as I love calling myself. Today we are going to talk about an interesting subject. I'll ask you a few questions, just think about them. Do you have a hard time saying no when a friend or colleague needs your help? Do you sacrifice your own time, sanity, and well-being in the interest of others? If this sounds familiar, please stay on, because we are going to dive deeper into the subject of learning to say no. For many of us, saying no just feels very awkward. It feels wrong in some or the other way. Whenever anyone asks you to do almost anything, you might just blurt out, "Yes, sure, of course, happy to help." But actually, you are busy as hell, and taking up that extra work may add to your stress and workload. But still, you say yes because you can't say no. You need to understand this, that too many work commitments will not be good for your overall performance. You will spread too thin and won't be able to get the desired outcomes, and will also in turn hamper your productivity. Yes, to stay productive, you need to minimize stress and avoid wasting time. You have to learn the gentle art of saying no at any given time. Saying no is a skill that we all need to learn. The more you say no, it will come naturally later. I know, it's hard. It's hard to say no because you feel the person might get hurt. The person might feel bad, get angry or upset. You also feel that saying no may hamper your relationship with that person, maybe your friend or colleague. Whatever the reasons, you need to understand that these reasons are simply misconceptions. Just because you say no doesn't mean you are rude, unkind, unhelpful, or unlikable. Saying no is one of the best ways to self-love. Yes, it is the best way to love yourself. Now, when you want to learn to say no, you have to follow a few basic principles. You have to remember these things, and one of them is learn to value your time, because your time is important and you need to value it. Set your own personal boundaries. Don't go beyond that. Just set that boundary for yourself. You can't go beyond that. Set your priorities, your work. That's very important. You need to set that priority for yourself. Don't be too apologetic. You don't have to keep saying, "No, I'm sorry about it, I'm sorry." You don't need to. It's all right to say no. So just don't be apologetic. Avoid guilt. Most of the time, when we just say no to a person, we feel guilty. After the person is gone, you keep feeling, "Oh, I wish I had not said no to the person. Oh, probably the person needed help from me, came all the way to ask me, but I am unable to do so. I said no," and you keep feeling bad about that. You keep feeling that inside. No need to do that. Avoid feeling guilty, because it's all right to say no. It's perfectly all right. Now, if you want to say no, learn to say no, I'll give you quick tips to do so. The first important thing is, before you start practicing to say no to people, start practicing it on your own. Look at the mirror and say no. Learn to say no by practicing it in the mirror. It really helps. It helped me. I'm sure it will help you. So start with that. Now, coming to tip number 1. Say no politely, but firmly and clearly. You have to be clear about saying no. Don't have to go around the bush. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. Oh, let me think. You don't need to do that. You just be very clear by saying, okay, I'm sorry. I am not going to be able to do that. Just say that clearly, very clearly. Just something like, unfortunately, I'll need to pass this. Right? So just say that. Don't need to go beat around the bush. Then start the tip number 2. Start with a compliment or gratitude. Very genuinely. That is genuine gratitude. Just say thank you. Thank you for thinking about me. Or thank you for making me that person whom you really trust. But I won't be able to. So just say that. Be thankful. Say something like, I'm honored that you thought of me, but I'm sorry, I won't be able to. This is how you will go about. Now tip number 3. The tip number 3 is, you don't need to offer any explanation actually, but if you do, keep it short and sweet. Don't go on that explanation ride that you go on and on and on trying to explain, make things better, thinking that okay, something got wrong there and you just need to now make it right. Don't do that. Don't keep explaining. You can just say, I greatly appreciate this opportunity that has come, but unfortunately I am full, my hands are full with a lot of work, but thanks again. Just say that if you want to. Just be very, very precise and clear of what you're saying. You can also use this tip number 4, which is offer an alternative. If you are too busy this week and you don't have time at all, and maybe you want to help and have next week a little time off, just say that. Say that I'm really thankful, grateful to you for giving me this opportunity, but can we just reschedule it? I'd be happy to help or participate in your program or be a part of your program or your venture in the next week probably, or the next month probably, anything. Just say that using gratitude and giving that alternative. Say that. Now tip number 5, and tip number 5 is, you can also do one thing, that if you are too busy and you really don't have the time, you can offer another resource. Like for example, you can say that thank you so much for this invitation for the party, but I am really not there, but I know it's your launch party and probably you can call these people. They will be really ready to be there for your party. They'll be more than happy to participate in your launch. So that's the way you are actually giving them that another resource. So this is how you will actually tell the person that I am not able to, but I am ready to help you with someone else who would like to give time to you. Just say that very simply, and you will have your life stress-free, right? If you really like this tips and advices that I've given you to learn to say no, please don't forget to show a thumbs up. Do like my video, share, comment on them, and don't forget to subscribe the channel if you haven't yet, and also click the bell icon so that you are notified of my videos. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe.